What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Heel Turn podcast. Just remember, when you heel turn for life. So, just to give a quick update, you guys are watching us. You guys might remember us from our other podcast. We decided to do a little bit of rebranding, reorganization,
Little heel
adjusting,
turn.
do a little bit of a heel turn. Adjusting to the format of the show and the way we plan on doing it moving forward. So if you're coming over from the previous podcast, thank you for joining us. And if you're new, welcome.
So welcome back or welcome, but thank you for joining us.
Exactly. So for those that are not familiar, my name is Seth, and joining me is my wrestling partner in crime.
You're gonna just call me JC from now on. That's what we're gonna go with.
Mr. JC. That's how we're doing it. Okay.
Yes.
And so just a quick brief background. Both of us have an undying and unrivaled passion for professional wrestling. This is something that me and JC talk about on a daily basis. And you know what? We just wanted to just have fun with this, and just share our experience and our thoughts and how we feel about professional wrestling. Right now is an all-time high for professional wrestling. I feel since the Attitude Era, this is where we're at right now. Everything is companies are running strong right now. Competition puts out the best product. A lot has happened since the last time we've done this. WWE, Triple H is taken over now. Impact Wrestling is gone. TNA is back now.
And we would have been reporting on all of this if it wasn't for my lazy partner in crime over here worrying about his toy channel and stuff.
So here's where the heel turn. Here's where the heel turn comes in. So yeah, and AEW has hit a little bit of a lull, and it's kind of starting to bounce back. So we figured, hey,
is it?
Yeah.
So
we figured it would be a good time now to bounce back into this. And because there are so many things to talk about, so many things to discuss, so many topics to get into, so many changes. So we're just going to dive right into it. So for anybody that watched NXT Tuesday night, we got an amazing thing happen in the middle of a promo from Roxanne Perez. And they were talking about who her challenger was going to be for Battlegrounds. And all of a sudden, who shows up? Jordynne Grace. And
I had a full-on mark-out moment for that. I mean, just like when she showed up on the Royal Rumble, I marked out. I'm a huge fan of Jordynne Grace. I think she's one of the toughest, baddest women on the planet. And just seeing her on at the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest stages in wrestling, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year or premium live events of the year. It was great. And
PLEs.
I can't get used to that. I'm from the Attitude Era. I'm from the golden era of wrestling, okay?
Yeah. It's pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. And now watching her in NXT challenge for, the NXT Women's Championship, I'm over the moon about it. Go Jordynne Grace.
So Jordynne Grace shows up just like she did at the Royal Rumble. She had a fantastic showing at the Royal Rumble. I'm glad this is not that the Royal Rumble wasn't just like a one-off now. And now she's going to be showing up. She's supposed to be wrestling Roxanne Perez on Battlegrounds, which is next weekend, next Sunday. Also she's going to be on NXT again this upcoming Tuesday. She's going to have a match against some person I've never even local competitor. So she's gonna have a match, and she's gonna be able to show her talent on NXT on WWE TV again, which again is fantastic. And the best thing about this is all the possibilities this opens. Now, sticking to Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez, I mean, listen, let's be realistic, okay? Jordynne Grace is going to manhandle the shit out of Roxanne Perez, but we all know at the end of the day, Roxanne Perez is going to wind up winning because they're not going to. I mean, unless for some unknown reason Triple H wants to do cross-platform and have NXT people show up on TNA.
All I'm saying is this: Triple H already, he's been in control of this show for a little over a year now, full control, everything his way, and he's brought back the unexpected era of wrestling. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, sure, some matches you know who's gonna win, like the Cody and Logan Paul and stuff like that. But no one expected Jordynne Grace to show up at the Rumble. No one expected her to show up on NXT on Tuesday. So, I mean, the chances of her beating Roxanne and being a 2-time champ, I see it as a full-on possibility, and I am all for it. Seeing that woman show up on, I'm a huge fan of, you guys don't understand, I'm a huge fan of this woman. I've been watching her since before she was on TNA. I've been watching her for a minute. I've been a fan of hers for a while, and to see her walk on Impact or TNA now, with holding both the TNA Knockouts champion, which by far was one of the best women's divisions in the world, and the NXT Women's Championship, that's just gonna solidify her as a badass, and I'm all for it.
Oh, absolutely. There's not a question about that. And again, you, me, and millions of other people would love to see this whole cross promotion platform thing go where, like we said, like TNA people will show up on NXT. Maybe they might show up on SmackDown. Maybe they might show up on Raw. Who knows? And then, vice versa. You have Raw and SmackDown and NXT talent show up on Impact.
Just imagine Chad Gable versus the Walking Weapon.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Right. We gotta save that. We gotta save that conversation to cross the thing, because technically,
Gunther versus the Walking Weapon.
So technically, if you've been paying attention, if anyone's been really paying attention to social media, it's already begun of the trash talking between some people. But we're gonna hold it. So again, we're going back to Jordynne Grace. So again, like you said, it's the unexpected era. We don't know what's gonna happen, but if history prevails like it always does, they're gonna have Roxanne. They'll have Jordynne put over Roxanne, and then who knows where it goes from there. Now, yes, it would be a major blow to, I'm just throwing this out here right now, to AEW, right? If Jordynne Grace won, and then again, they continued this thing, because then where would AEW sit in all this? Nobody cares about the Forbidden Door shit with them in New Japan. It's already once was enough. Once was enough.
Once was again, great. If they would have, so that first time was great.
It's a yearly thing, but it's a yearly thing now that they're doing,
which is fine. What they should have done is introduce those All right, so a lot of the casual fans don't know who half these Japanese wrestlers guys are. You and I do, because we do watch this. We are wrestling fans, but for the majority, nobody knows who the heck these guys are. So doing some kind of vignettes or some kind of promos for them before introducing them would have been great. But the problem with AEW has been the same problem since day one. They don't care about they're an alternative type of wrestling. They don't care about stories. They don't care about a building up. They care about dream matches, right? So they're bringing all these New Japan guys, and are they going to put on a hell of a match? Yes. 5, 10-star matches, because that's what they do. Daniel Bryan does not know how to have a match under 5 stars. And a lot of these Japanese guys are the same way. They're amazing. They're incredible in the ring. But the problem is, for casual fans, if we don't know who you are and you're going out there, I'm going to have a match to prove who the best is. All of us know wrestling is fake. Wrestling is scripted, not fake. I will not use that word. Wrestling is scripted.
And, we all know, just like that, we lost any following we just had. We were going to have.
No, I backtracked and corrected myself. Wrestling is scripted, and we can edit that out. Wrestling is scripted, and we all know that when they decide a match, they already know who the winner is. So you can't tell me that Daniel Bryan is facing Will Ospreay to prove who the best is when the winner's already been decided. It's not a death match. They're not going out there to prove something. They're going to have a hell of a match, but the winner's already been decided. So it's not who the best is who Tony Khan decided was going to win this match. And I'm okay with it, because they put on one hell of a match. Just like a lot of these New Japan guys. They go out there and they do that. Good matches are in their DNA. It's what they do. But you got to give the casual fans something. Yeah, Japanese strong style. But you got to give the casual fans something to watch. That's why AEW sees declining, not a fan base, but declining viewership.
Just viewership, yeah.
Excuse me.
The viewership has been down. I mean, listen, MJF came back, so hopefully that'll bump.
Looking like 2002 Triple H.
Oh my god, dude! I wanted to call you and be like, "Yo, like, what era of wrestling are we living in right now? Are we?
I don't know.
Attitude?
I don't know. We got the Attitude Era back. We got 2002 Triple H, MJF over here. I mean, he looked great. Now he wasn't jacked up the way Triple H was when he came back from that quad tear.
No.
But part of me wanted him to come in like, we can rebuild him. He will be better than stronger, faster. And then MJF's music hits, which by the way, I love that man's theme song. Every time it hits, I just want to. I love MJF.
It's good.
It's a great theme. See, a theme song makes a wrestler. People,
it does. It does. I wholeheartedly agree. But yeah. So I mean, again, who knows where this is going to lead? The possibilities it's gonna lead to.
Still going to see Chad Gable versus the Walking Weapon. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I would love to see NXT talent or WWE talent crossover on to TNA. To TNA. And the funny thing is that can we get a real invasion angle? Damn it! Yeah. Like people like me and you that would get like a really dude, perfect. This is the perfect time to build. You ready?
Yeah. Survivor Series right around the corner.
There you go. You do old school Survivor Series. You have the top 5 WWE, top 5 AEW guys. Now here's the funny thing. And then you can also do, champion versus champion, or you can do, okay. So hear me out on this. Okay. Champion versus champion intrigues me, and intrigues me on many levels.
So many possibilities.
You can get a Moose versus a Cody, or I forgot who the champion of SmackDown is, right?
Drew.
Huh?
No, on Raw is Drew.
Champion.
Damien Priest. Sorry,
Damien Priest is Raw, and Cody.
How can we forget this? Damien Priest, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
the Archer of Infamy.
So, me personally, I would rather see a Moose Cody than a Damien Priest and a Moose. I think that just has all kind of spectacular
headline written all over it.
No question. Then you would get to your mid card, right? What is it? The X division there, the mid card. I don't know who their X division champ. Hey, you know what? Let's look that up. I don't know who their X division champ is at the moment, because and here's the problem: TNA is not really televised unless you have Access TV or you have the the app. So it's kind of hard to know who's who at the moment in there, other than maybe like the clips you might see and things like that. So Moose is the champion. Jordan Grace is the women's champion. Mustafa Ali is the digital media champion. Mustafa Ali is the X Division champion. Sorry, and the Laredo Kid is the digital media champion.
The Laredo Kid.
Now this is where it gets fun for me. The TNA Tag Team World Champions is Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. So getting to see Brian Myers
lose on WWE television again, it's going to be awesome. The losing streak continues. Continues.
So, would you rather see R-Truth and The Miz, or would you rather see
Down Under?
Down Under, exactly.
The shit talking alone. Oh my god!
So Jesus, that would be good.
Plus, Brian Myers. I think Brian Myers and The Miz are really good friends.
So I would like to see Mustafa Ali
versus
against Sami Zayn. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
I don't think him and Logan Paul would. First of all,
Logan. First of all, that's kind of. I feel that would be kind of above Logan Paul, and just because of his standard and his stature and everything like that.
I didn't see Logan Paul versus the Laredo Kid though. I think that their wrestling style.
Or you can have Damian Priest, fight him. If you want to get Priest involved. But I think the main takeaway from this is basically having the women fight. Like, dude, Rhea against Jordan Grace.
Oh my god, Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace. I thought we had a chance of that back in AEW, but now we have another chance, and I'm all for it. Bianca Belair versus Jordan Grace. It's just so much potential. And that's just talking Jordan Grace. We're not talking about the rest of the TNA locker room.
No.
Mickey James. Hello. There's a lot of matches that Mickey James left on the table that I would love to see. You know?
Absolutely. So, I mean, again, the possibilities are endless, but I think taking the titles out of the equation, yes, the one match that I think that would destroy every single match known to mankind, now we're backtracking, Gable versus Josh Alexander.
The Walking Weapons Gable, that would be a technical classic that if Dave Meltzer did not give that thing a 5-star review, I'd slap him.
The sheer wrestling factor alone just from each one of those guys would be ridiculous. I mean, it would be a German suplex.
It would be suplex city for real.
Yeah, it would be nuts. And that
I can just see them reversing each other's submissions.
Yeah,
and real ground game wrestling. See, that'll be a match to be like, damn, which one of us is the best, toe to toe.
Now, and again, that's and again, going like what you said before, how everything is so unpredictable. Who goes over? Who goes over? Now, if it was me and I was booking it, I would want to keep both of those guys strong. So maybe do what they do in AEW, where they have the time limit. They have the time limit expired.
I would have to give that match a 60-minute time. I'd make an Iron Man match just because I know those two can go. An Iron Man match and just 2-2, 3-3 pins at the end, whatever.
That's it. And just have it be a draw. Just have it be a draw.
But you don't give it a 60-minute time limit like AEW does, and no one gets a pin. No, you do an Iron Man match, and each of them gets multiple pins or multiple submissions because those two are gonna beat the heck out of each other.
Dude,
that would be one of the greatest matches of all time. I think if they let those two go for 60 minutes.
Absolutely. And again, there's excitement about this because it is a legit possibility. So like going back to what we were just talking about before with the trash talking already starting, Moose shot out a tweet the other day about Drew McIntyre. Hey Drew, now he tweeted something about like, hey Drew, now I know where your obsession with winning champions came from.
Yeah.
And and it was a picture of Drew holding the TNA, the TNA belt, and then okay, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say, but this is okay though. This is why me and you are like peanut butter and jelly. We have our thing.
We're like water.
The one person that I'm super excited to possibly see crossover. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Only
if he faces Bo Dallas in a Believe match.
No.
That is the only way I want to see it. If you're gonna believe in Joe Henry, he has to face Bo Dallas.
Do you know who I would like to see?
Only way that works for me.
Do you know who I'd like to see Joe Hendry go up against?
Eddie Edwards.
On a one-on-one match?
No.
The Miz or LA Knight.
Ooh, damn.
Because again,
with LA Knight going over though.
Well, it doesn't make a difference who goes over. It's just
it does.
The possibility that both of that Joe Hendry has really good mic skills. The Miz has good mic skills. LA Knight has great mic skills. Just the promo. What gets me excited more than the matches sometimes are the possibilities of the promos.
Actually, you know what? I will let you have your Joe Henry, but he has to face R-Truth. Because as soon as his song hits, I know R-Truth is going to be calling for Bo Dallas. And that alone will be Jesus Christ. If DIY is DX to him, I can see Joe Henry. The Regeneration X. I can so see him looking at Joe Henry and be like, hey, Bo, you changed your look. And that to me, the cinematic comedy that R-Truth is able to pull out would be worth it. That would be worth it.
But I would love to see that again. There's guys over in TNA that I would love to see. Now, again, you've got your
TNA roster stacked, bro.
You've got your ex-WWE guys over there. You've got your Brian Myers, you got your Dolph Zigglers, Matt Hardy's over there right now doing stuff. Who else is over there?
Oh, Dolph Ziggler versus Logan Paul.
Dolph Ziggler versus Logan Paul would definitely be a fire match. I
think that'd
agree.
Be fun to watch.
Yeah, because again, Dolph is a great worker. And
one of the best, hands down.
Yeah. Well, I will give you this. I would go as far as to say even one of the most underrated.
Yeah.
Because of what he can do. Now again, he's one. There's a lot of guys that were in WWE that couldn't cut it, and they still can't cut it in my opinion. And I'm not going to name names, but Dolph Ziggler to me is a guy that I think you could have given the ball and he would have ran. He would have ran with it. He had the look. He could wrestle. He had the mic skill. He had the mic skills.
When he beat Del Rio for the belt,
just didn't give him the chance. Yeah.
When he beat Del Rio for the belt, I thought that was going to be for the long haul.
Yeah.
And then you had Houston around and he dropped it back to Del Rio. It made no sense. Yeah. I thought that Ziggler to me, not saying that he's equal to Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels was on a pedestal to me, but he was one of those guys that he was a smaller stature guy that can carry a company the way Michaels did.
Right. He's not at that level, but close to it.
Yeah, 100%.
I
thought Ziggler was one of those guys that you could put the company on his shoulders.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see a lot of guys that left WWE or got released or whatever, that they're thriving now in maybe other companies or they're on the independents and everything. And again, I could see Dolph Ziggler coming in. Maybe Dolph Ziggler, fights a Logan Paul, or maybe he fights
Drew McIntyre.
He fights Sammy.
Or Drew. Remember, they have history.
Yeah. So I would love. Well, they were. Well, when Drew came up, he was with. Yeah, they were partners. Yeah.
So then Drew turned on him. So they got some history. The Scottish psychopath. So psychopath. I don't know, man. There's a lot of options, man. TNA's roster is stacked.
One guy who I think that TNA has that I think could possibly thrive in WWE is Sami Callihan.
I like Sami Callihan. I don't know where he would fit in the current WWE mold. Right. But I'm a big fan of Sami Callihan. I can see him going far.
But I think I can totally see him and Kevin Owens having a fucking banger of a match. I mean, think about it.
Him and Sheamus would have a hell of a match.
Him and Sheamus again. They would have burger after burger.
Burger.
After burger.
Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre. I will give you that line was perfect, bro.
Yeah, but again, there's certain guys that line up with other guys like Sammy and Kevin. I think Sami Callihan and Kevin Owens.
Hell, even a tag team of Sami Callihan and Kevin Owens would be awesome. But then again, you'd have Sammy and KO 2.0 because Sami Callihan, Sami Zayn.
Again, there's so much good talent that TNA.
Is Morrissey back on AEW or is he still with TNA?
No, he's on AEW. He's on AEW. He's with Chris Jericho and the part of the Learning Tree.
The Learning Tree, damn! Because Morrissey and Damian Priest would have been a great match.
They've got AEW's got. I'm looking at their roster right now. They got guys like Chris Bay, Crazy Steve, Dirty Dango, Van Dango is with AEW with TNA. With TNA.
I'd love to see Dango return to WWE. I was such a big fan of his.
You know who, dude? You ready? I'm about to blow your mind.
Give it to me.
Braun Strowman versus Hammerstone.
Ooh.
Because Hammerstone's with TNA now.
Oh yeah. That makes so much sense.
What is it? Meat slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah.
Listen, who are going to defeat the Braun Breaker? Dude, who are going to defeat the Braun Breaker? Because Braun Breaker's going to run rush out through that whole arena.
Nope. You know who you could feed the Braun Breaker? And I just scrolled across his name. Jake something. That'd
be a hell of a match because Jason that's a tough boy right there. That's a tough boy. Jake something is a tough boy. Can you imagine we pay $30 to sit ringside at a TNA event and Braun Breaker shows up?
Listen, you ready for this one? I'm gonna blow your mind with this one too. How about Jonathan Gresham versus Ricochet?
Oh, that match is gonna be all over the place.
There's so many good matchups, and a lot of these guys pair up very, very well with
I know
one
this is
another.
I know this is above Braun, but Braun Breaker versus Moose would be one hell of a match. I know it's
I don't
above.
think.
I know it's above Braun right now
Yeah,
because
I don't. Well, it's not
Moose
above.
is
It's not
Moose is the
above
heavyweight
Braun. It's
champ,
just
bro.
Braun isn't that there yet. Braun needs to get
Yeah,
some
I'm
work
saying it's above
underneath him.
him.
He needs to carry like the U.S. Championship or the
Yeah.
Intercontinental for a
Oh,
little
100%.
bit. Let him.
Braun versus
Yeah,
Josh Alexander.
that would be
That'd be a
good.
fun match.
Yeah. I mean, again, they've got a pretty decent
They have a stacked roster, bro.
Steve Macklin's there.
Yeah. They have a stacked roster, man.
Mike Bailey. Sorry, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Ricochet.
Oh, that would be on Speed. I'd like to see that on Speed.
Yeah, that would be a great match. Again, just looking through, Rhino. Rhino's still with TNA. Could you Rhino versus Braun Breaker?
Ooh, that'd be a hard hitting match. I'd like to see that.
Spear versus Gore. Who hits it harder?
Braun, bro. I mean, listen, Rhino's a monster, but Braun moved the whole ring. The whole ring shifted a few inches when that man hit the ropes. I have never seen that happen. I've never seen somebody running the ropes and move the ring. The whole thing. Yeah. I've never seen that. That was ridiculous. Braun's becoming one of my favorite superstars.
Eric Young is over there in TNA still.
EY still there?
Yeah. Frankie Kazarian's over there.
Kazarian is still wrestling? Isn't he like 60?
Top dollar's over in TNA. Or
isn't he just dollar
now? Yeah. Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards versus Kevin Owens would be a great match.
And that'd be another banger of a match.
Let's back up. Kazarian. Bro, I've been watching Kazarian since the 6-sided TNA ring.
Yeah.
That man is still going?
Yeah.
Jesus, that guy was a freak. That guy was the Perk Angle days, man.
Oh, no. Top Dollar doesn't go by Top Dollar now. He goes by AJ Francis.
Oh, so he's going by his name.
Think about this. Think about a guy like Ace Austin.
Okay.
Versus Grayson Waller. Or an Austin Theory.
The promos alone. Yeah. See, I like good promos. For me to have a good match, I will watch.
That's what I'm saying. The promos are what gets you hyped for the match.
If Triple H tells me WrestleMania 41 is coming up, and we're gonna get Sting versus The Undertaker, I don't give a damn how bad the match is gonna be. Those promos alone would sell me on the match. I don't give a damn if they both show up in wheelchairs and walkers. I don't care. The promos alone would be worth it. Speaking of wheelchairs and walkers, my boy Edge, bro. My boy Edge.
Oh my God.
My boy Edge. Edge. I'm talking to you, bro, right here. Eye contact.
What are you doing, Edge?
Bro?
What are you doing?
Edge, I love you. You're one of my favorites of all time, bro. What are you doing? Jumping off
it's not Edge, it's Adam. It's Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland. Listen, what are you doing, bro? You're not 20 no more, son. You're not in your 20s anymore, bro. You're not in the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian triple threat ladder TLC match. You're not in that era anymore, my man. I'm glad that your mind said, you can do this, but your body was telling you, no, the fuck you cannot.
So again, watching Double or Nothing, I'm like, what the hell, are we back in the Attitude Era again? Because not only did you get the Triple H, the MJF style Triple H thing, but then fucking
Edge jumping off top cages and shit.
No, Gangrel comes out of the freaking bottom of the ring and spits blood in Brody King's face. I'm like, and Edge. Oh, and so here's the thing: WWE lost the trademark to the Brood, and Edge and Adam Copeland bought it. So that's how he was able to have the Brood.
That was great. When I saw the Brood come out, I was like, damn, that was
the only thing. The only thing that would have made that whole match better and could have set up the possibility for a better match if Christian wasn't a heel at the moment and him and Gangrel came out from the ring to help Adam Copeland. And then you could have set up the Brood versus the House of Black. And who knows where that could have gone.
Which might still happen. Now with Edge out, maybe the House of Black AEW, I hope you're listening. Maybe the House of Black starts targeting Christian. Christian's forced to do a face turn. You know, Gangrel comes in, they take out Gangrel too, and then right as they're about to take Christian out, Edge's music hits again, and boom, you have the Brood. Yeah.
Well, he ain't coming back anytime soon, dude. I think he snapped his his fibia in half or something like that.
I don't know if it was tibia or the fibula, but
fibia.
I mean, he'll be out a couple months.
Easily. You know,
just enough time to write up a good storyline between House of Black and Christian.
That's true.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. You don't have to do some crazy, because like you said, Christian's still heel. So you have to find a catalyst for House of Black to attack Christian, and then slowly do the burn until Edge is ready to come back.
You gotta find a way. That's the whole thing. Not only you have to do the slow burn, but you also got to find a way to turn Christian face and stop the whole patriarchy thing, and him going after everyone's dads, and all that other stuff. But again, the possibilities.
You're talking about dads. I'm gonna take your mom.
The possibilities of just thinking about cross promotion and what it can do for whatever companies decide to do it is the possibilities are just endless. Possibilities of cross promotion and everything that can come from it is just absolutely intriguing. Interested to see where it goes, how it turns out. Listen, I would love, like you said earlier, if they actually went ahead and put a WWE championship on a TNA wrestler, and who knows where that would go from there.
Dude, I would love to see, that level of cross promotion, right? Where a TNA guy comes and takes one of our belts, or we go and take one of their belts, and then the belts are featured on each show. That'll be awesome to watch.
And the cool thing is if you really want to get creative with it, they can do the thing too where they have Night of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
They could bring back Night of Champions and then have all the cross promotion stuff go on there too. I mean, again, Survivor Series is so intriguing. You have TNA's best 5 men against WWE's best 5 men. Then you have TNA's best 5 women against WWE's best 5 women. I mean, listen, it's exciting
so great to watch.
Yeah, it's exciting just thinking about it. I hope that whatever they worked out amongst the two companies allows this to happen, allows WWE guys to go over to TNA and vice versa. I would love just to randomly see, like, think about it like back in the Attitude Era, okay? And again, everybody always goes back to the Attitude Era because that was the best time of wrestling. And think about this. Think about if they have like you said, like they do like an invasion angle, but all the guys are hooded. They're wearing masks. No one knows who it is. No one knows. No one would even think that it's TNA guys. People in WWE would think, okay, maybe it's just a new faction that they threw together, kind of like what they did with the Shield, or they did with like Retribution. They had them all masked, and then finally they revealed themselves. It was me, Austin. They do the thing where they reveal themselves, and again, it would be cool just to see 5 guys taking their masks off. Moose, Ziggler, Hammerstone, Josh Alexander, just these guys. And again, it's exciting to think about where this could all go.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just such a great time to be a wrestling fan right now. There's so many possibilities, so many things going on. And personally, I understand where the rumor mill is going to go, and everybody's going to start talking all this smack, but I just want to see where it goes moving forward. I just want to sit back and enjoy the ride that the final boss, The Rock, is taking us on.
I'm sorry, sir. This is all. I'm sorry, sir. This is all Triple H.
You sure?
This is all Triple H.
All this started when The Rock joined the board of directors.
I mean, listen. Again, it's good for business all around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That all these companies can work together. I mean, who knows? Maybe New Japan might get tired of doing stuff with AEW, and then you might see New Japan guys, show up in WWE or vice versa. I mean,
I see what WWE does to Japanese guys. Probably not.
Yeah, where's Shinsuke, man?
I mean, Shinsuke would benefit from going over, having a feud with a couple of the TNA guys. Get his name back out there.
Again, there's just so many it would be great to see more than anything, if you think about it, AJ Styles back in TNA.
Well, it was his show. That's definitely the house that AJ Styles built. So
it would be cool.
Back there.
It would be cool to see him come back there and get his old theme back. What was it, like something? I forgot what it was called, but it was like something, Learn to Fly, or I'm flying, or whatever.
Something doesn't suck like his current theme.
Oh, the current one is so bad. So bad.
Why did he change it? I liked his other one. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Who knows? But I'm excited to see where this goes, and I hope that Jordynne Grace shows up, shows out, kind of like she did at the Rumble. She gets her name out there even more than it already is. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's fantastic to see this stuff, and like you said, it's just a great time to be a wrestling fan and enjoy the ride that all the companies are currently taking us on. Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm just excited to see where it goes.
I just want to sit back and enjoy.
So I think that is going to wrap it up for our first episode of the Heel Turn podcast. We will be back next week with another episode, and that episode will be discussing NXT Battleground predictions. So we'll be talking about the matches. We'll be talking about who we think what's going to win. All more reason for Jan to keep putting over Jordynne Grace.
She's awesome. She's a beast. The first match we saw live, she beat Zack Ryder. I mean, Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona
for the digital media the digital media championship.
Yeah,
listen,
that was the first time we saw her live.
Listen, Matt's listed on the TNA roster. So maybe Matt comes back and maybe Matt gets his run. Who knows?
Maybe, or maybe him and Kurt Hawkins could continue their losing run. Actually, you know what? I'd like to see Matt Cardona versus Logan Paul. I think that would be a fun match to watch. I think the promos alone would be worth it.
The promos would be worth it, but I don't know about the match, only because
the match is gonna suck. But
the Logan is a little bit more physically agile than Matt is. Matt's one of those guys that has like a limited skill set.
Logan Paul is more physically gifted than half of the guys wrestling today.
I know.
I know. Listen, say what you want about Logan Paul, love him or hate him. The guy's a freak athlete.
The guy is a freak athlete. The guy is an amazing athlete, and he does put on a great show every time he goes out there.
And he's taken to wrestling, man. Like he's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. I mean, love or hate him, the guy has been the best celebrity turned superstar ever. Yeah,
I agree. There's no question about that. That's non-debatable.
That's non-debatable. You can't. Yeah. He's been the best.
Logan Paul is the standard for celebrity / wrestler. That man has set the standard.
He's a freaking maverick, bro.
I would say Logan Paul. And then right after Logan Paul, Stephen Amell.
I'd have to put Pat McAfee above Stephen Amell.
You sure about that?
Yes. Even Bad Bunny I'd probably put up there I mean,
Yeah,
maybe not right above Stephen Amell, but I mean,
I would say
because
Logan
Bad
Paul's
Bunny was a freak.
Yeah, I would say Logan Paul's number one, hands down.
Yeah.
And then as far as everyone else follows, it could be in any specific order.
Yeah,
it's Stephen Amell, it's Pat McAfee, it's Bad Bunny. Yeah, no, that can go any order from there.
But Logan Paul definitely took the cake.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us on the first episode. Me and JC look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Thanks for joining us, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Engage with us. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know how you feel about what we've talked about, what we've discussed. Also, throw out some suggestions about what you want to see us possibly talk about, because we're always open to ideas, especially when it comes to the wide world of wrestling. And remember, guys, as always, if you're heel turn for life. Right. See you guys on the next episode.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Take care. See you next week.